Welcome to another SNRD Working Group Spotlight. Today we're diving into one of the most relevant and forward-looking efforts in international development, supporting rural policy advisors in navigating complex transitions in food systems, climate resilience, and cooperation dynamics. With me are members of the Policy for Rural Development Working Group. Let's begin with your most important focus right now. What's the group been working on?
In our working group, we strongly focus on promoting mutual learning among our members. One of the key elements we kicked off recently has been the Thinkers for Policy Mentoring program. This program connects experienced GIZ policy advisors with newer colleagues in the field with the goal to strengthen both their soft and hard skills.
So why is this mentoring program so important for you?
So mentoring supports personal and professional growth on an eye-to-eye level. We align this with the UN Women Empowerment Principles, seeing mentoring as a collaborative learning relationship that leads to insights, decision, and action. There's a wealth of lived experience among GIZ advisors across the whole continent, and by connecting around 20 tandems so far, we're making the experience accessible for the next generation of policy advisors. Importantly, it's not a top-down initiative, but it thrives on the willingness of the seasoned advisors that we have to share openly, and also on the curiosity of younger colleagues to learn, creating a dynamic of trust and co-creation that strengthens the advisory culture within GSF.
So before we go further, tell us a little bit more about who you are and what your key objectives are.
Okay, to say something concerning the key objective, P4RD stand for Policy for Rural Development. We are working group under SNRD Africa that bring together GIZ policy advisors across Africa and at HP in Germany. Our platform promotes peer learning, knowledge sharing, and skill development around agricultural policy and rural development. We facilitate capacity building, create space for exchange within our network.
And what are the key objectives you're working towards?
There are three. First, sharing and promoting best practices and lesson learning from policy advisory services. Second, training members on essential skill sets for effective policy advice. This includes training on technical issues as in the agri-policy toolkit, but also soft skills like dealing with partners in complex settings. Third, facilitating networking and peer learning events that allow advisors to connect beyond their own project and develop new collaborative approaches.
And what's the key objective, your goal that you have set for yourself next?
Our next goal is to help our members support agri-food systems transformation in their respective context. The transformation of agri-food systems has gained momentum globally thanks to processes like the Kampala Summit and the upcoming UN Food Systems Summit. These are complex and highly visible agendas. Our task as policy advisors is to help our partners at national level implement these processes effectively. Many of our working group members are already engaged in supporting partner ministries and other actors, integrating these goals into national planning. Our activities in the working group is to further support those efforts.
And why is this such a priority now?
Currently, policy processes are at the crossroads. development cooperation is changing fundamentally. And at the same time, we see climate change and conflict increasingly undermining food security. Therefore, we need to equip our members with successful approaches to guide policy makers in the formulation and implementation of policies. We also need now more than ever to make policy processes more inclusive by integrating non-state actors in the processes, especially farmers' organizations, civil society, and private sector actors.
So what is the key issue that you're bringing to the Lusaka conference now in June?
So we want to sharpen our work plan to make peer learning more dynamic and knowledge management more effective. For this to work, we need clear commitments from our members to take active roles in shaping and implementing our working group agenda. That means stepping into coordination roles, proposing formats, and staying engaged throughout the whole year.
What should participants do or read maybe before joining your session?
That is a good question. Participants are supposed to review the GIZ guideline framework of agri-food system. It will be our basic for our peer learning exchange reading, which will later provide the basis of a study on practical experience from colleagues who have implemented the framework in their project. Having a basic understanding of the document will help everyone contribute mindfully to the discussion.
Maybe you can give one way of how participants can, or people in general that want to work with you, contribute to your work going forward.
We encourage all of our members to really contribute actively to our working group. This means please share your questions, propose the topics that interest you, and take on roles in our work plan. At the conference, we're going to offer training sessions on fostering innovation and policy advice and gender-sensitive agricultural policy. Several members will also lead mini workshops during the main program of the conference. So this is a real opportunity for anyone to get involved and share their knowledge and grow the group's collective capacity.
Thank you very much. See you there.
Thank you so much, Pascal.
Thank you so much.